and I welcome you all to the virtual session of Tete-a-Tea. During the pandemic, the Prabhakitan Foundation has ensured that patrons catch up with their favorite sessions and keep their spirits high. Attendees can now tune in from the safety of their homes as we connect virtually with nearly 35 cities in India and overseas. The foundation endeavors to preserve and showcase our rich cultural legacy through various initiatives to further its causes. Tete-a-Tea is one such exclusive initiative that allows patrons to engage in a topical discussion with stalwarts from the world of art, culture, and literature. Our guest for the evening is Sister Shivani, a practitioner of Raj Yoga meditation of the Brahma Kumaris for over 22 years. Her practical application of spiritual principles on the TV program Awakening with Brahma Kumaris for over 12 years has empowered people to overcome issues of emotional distress, depression, and relationship conflicts. In March 2019, she was awarded the prestigious Nari Shakti Puraskar, the highest civilian honor for women in India, for her role in transforming human behaviors. She's been appointed as Goodwill Ambassador by the World Psychiatrist Association. She's an electronics engineer from Pune University. In conversation with her is Ehsaas Women of Delhi, Shazia Rinu. The topic for today's Tete-a-Tea is Conquering One's Mind is the Sweetest Victory. In today's time, when the rate of depression, anxiety, and suicide is increasingly keeping one's mind stress-free and calm is the need of the day. So sit back, relax, and know more about the power of mind, body, and soul.
Thank you so much, Priyanshi. This is going to be such a great session. I've been so excited about it since last night, and I wasn't able to sleep at all thinking that I'll be talking to Sister Shivani, who for me is a friend, philosopher, and guide, and more. And she says, we all think we know a lot, and we read so much, and we claim to have a mastery over one subject or the other. But what Sister Shivani has brought to us through the Brahma Kumaris, through the larger organization, and through her, through her the readiness of a spirit and the ease, really some universal truths that can really transform your life in such a meaningful, real way. And really smiling from within, what that means, being just aware of what we are doing day after day, and yes, conquering one's mind. Now that's really a tall order, and I think all our lives will be striving to control our thoughts and conquer our mind. But really, amongst all the victories that are there, this would be the sweetest one. तो हम बहुत सारी जंगें और मैदान जंग में हम लोग तैयार रहते हैं हमेशा, लेकिन एक ऐसी जंग है जिसको हमें हमेशा लड़ना पड़ता है, लेकिन ये इसमें लड़ाई नहीं है, ये कोई फाइट नहीं है. हम अगर जितना हम इसको जीतेंगे उतना हमारे लिए और औरों के लिए ये जिंदगी खुशनुमा होगी. One of the first things that struck me, Sister Shivani, is when you said, it's all about taking care of yourself, while so many other meditation schools and spiritual, thought processes talk about giving to others. You emphasize, and your organization emphasize on making oneself happy, making oneself joyous, and living with the calmness and joy. How exactly does that transform into a joyous life for oneself and others? And what is its importance, Sister Shivani? Can you please tell us?
Om Shanti and good evening. Shazia, if you use perfume, then the perfume you chose this morning is the fragrance that everyone around you will get throughout the day. So whether I like the fragrance or not, if I am in and around your energy field, I will get the fragrance which you have chosen this morning, right?
Right.
But वो fragrance, वो खुशबू तो सबको मिलने वाली है. So now you're at home because of lockdown, so everybody at home will get it. But tomorrow you will go to work and you are wearing that same perfume and everybody is going to get the fragrance. So if you want to give a very soothing fragrance to everyone else, you only have to choose your perfume right. You cannot give it to others without using it the right way for yourself. So same is with our vibration. Every thought we create, every intention we have, every memory we are holding on to, everything becomes our energy field. It's the person who we are. It's energy, and energy doesn't stay locked inside, it vibrates. So when we come into an energy space with another person, which means at home, at work, before we speak, before we do anything for someone, it's our energy field which reaches them, जिसको हम आज की भाषा में कहते हैं वाइब्रेशन, वाइब्स. तो कई बार हम कहते हैं मुझे उनसे अच्छी वाइब्स नहीं मिली, या मुझे उनसे बहुत अच्छी वाइब्स मिली. सो वी ऑल नो व्हाट दैट इज, इट्स वाइब्स. सो फॉर मी to get happy vibes from somebody, that person has to be happy themselves. So we cannot radiate happiness to anybody. We cannot without being that ourself. अब हमने पिछले कुछ सालों से क्या किया? We were creating stress and anxiety and the other things. And if anybody asked us, what's the purpose of your life? हमने कहा हमें सबको खुशी देनी है. And it was a very pure intention. Intention बहुत pure है, बहुत genuine है. I want to give happiness to my family, to our children, to the world. We said मुझे दुनिया को खुशी देनी है. लेकिन खुद कैसे हैं? खुद stressed हैं, लेकिन दुनिया को खुशी देनी है. तो वो वर्कआउट नहीं हुआ. एंड वी कैन सी द रिजल्ट ऑफ दैट. हमने इतनी मेहनत की सबके लिए, लेकिन हम उनको सब कुछ दे पाए. वी आर एबल टू गिव एवरीथिंग टू पीपल अराउंड अस, बट वी कैन नॉट गिव देम हैप्पीनेस till we are peaceful, happy, and which means not a single trace of stress, anxiety, and that long list of uncomfortable emotions. And इसीलिए when we take care of ourselves, what we are giving to the world is automatically taken care of. We don't have to do anything to give happiness and love and acceptance to people. We just have to be that ourselves. And that's why meditation is called dhyan. You know, Hindi word bahut acha hai, dhyan. Dhyan means taking care. That is meditation. So if we take care of ourselves, we've automatically taken care of the minds of other people in terms of what we are radiating to them. So isliye self-care. Self-care is very important. Self-love. See, now we've started using these words, self-care, me time. So just that we need to go into the depth of those words and then really radiate that to everyone around us.
I want to delve a little further, Sister Shivani, when you talk about self-love or taking care of oneself. You talked about meditation as something that constitutes this taking care of oneself. How does exactly one take care of oneself beyond meditation in terms of awareness of who we are, the words we use, the thoughts we have, the lifestyles we have? And how do we distinguish looking after oneself and pursuit of one's happiness from selfishness, from just chasing whatever comes to our mind, which might not be a great lifestyle, which could be full of selfishness, might be actually very detrimental to myself and society. Yet for me, it might be happiness to me. So how do we distinguish?
There are two worlds. One is the world outside, and one is the world inside. The outside world is even my body. Even the body is an outside world. You know, I, the soul, wear this body. So even this body is the outside world. Then, of course, my relationships, my work, my society, and everything else. Everything else is outside world. Inside world, thoughts, feelings, intentions, emotions, inside world. Now, when we say self-care, it means taking care of the inside world. Outside world, we are taking care. We all take good care of our body also, much more than what we used to take care before. So we are very particular about our diets, our exercise, everything. So we are taking care of our body. We're taking care of our relationships. We are putting in a lot of effort in work. In fact, work has become our life now. So we're taking care of the outside world, but we're not taking care of the inside world because of one simple equation. We thought if the outside world is perfect, then I will be happy.
Yes.
तो मुझे लगा if I'm healthy, then I will be happy. If I have beautiful relationships, then I will be happy. If I'm great at work, then I will be happy. So I wanted the outside world to be perfect, thinking that when the outside world is perfect, I will be happy. That's the one equation which went wrong. That's the one equation which went wrong. Who is creating this outside world? My thoughts radiate to my body, create my health. And so doctors are saying most of the diseases, lifestyle diseases. Ab lifestyle is not just eating, drinking, sleeping, but lifestyle means ये जो life है, life यहाँ है. This is the life. ये चली जाए तो ये dead body है. ये life का style क्या है? सोचने का तरीका, बातों को पकड़ के रखना या भूलने का तरीका. This is lifestyle. This creates the disease. So this mind creates the body. My vibrations reach to people, create my relationships, and of course I go to work, which means my mind does all the work. So this is the seed and everything else is the tree. हमने क्या किया? We were watering the tree by washing the leaves, watering the flowers and the fruits, thinking कि seed strong हो जाएगी. तो वो थोड़ी सी गलत हो गई. तो we were watering the tree outside and उसमें time बहुत लगता है. So the next epidemic we had was I'm very busy, I don't have time. Everybody is busy and everybody doesn't seem to have time because we are washing every leaf of the tree, every fruit, every flower. And if somebody said 15 minute water the seed in the morning, सुबह 15-20 मिनट मेडिटेशन कर लो, कहते टाइम नहीं है क्योंकि पूरा टाइम तो उस वृक्ष को पानी देने में जा रहा था. सो सेल्फ केयर मीन्स वाटर द सीड, water the seed, nourish the seed, the tree will be taken care of. Nourish the seed. It's like my phone can do everything today, right? Communication, photography, music, movies, shopping, everything the phone can do, but only if the battery is charged. If the battery is not charged, वो सिर्फ एक डब्बा हो जाएगा. Similarly, the mind can do everything provided it's energized. It's energized. If this was not energized, we created mental health, we created physical disease, we created conflicts in relationship, we know what we're doing at work, we know what we've done with the environment, we know what we're doing with the world, only because we're not watering the seed. So that's self-care. Start watering the seed. This will take care of the tree. It will automatically take care of the tree and we will never say I don't have time. हम बहुत easy हो जाएंगे life में non busy because we'll water the seed. So that's self care.
Great. So not to be busy, but to be easy and to water the seed on a regular basis so that we keep ourselves nourished. Sister Shivani, we talked about an outer world and an inner world. Now, we are so hardwired in the way we think. I mean, I know I'm using a traditional way of talking. So one is wired the way, and we worrying about something or stressing about something has just become a part of a habit, or it is the habit rather. So it's I try. I mean, I also do my meditation on a regular basis, and as you know, it's had a huge impact on me. And I'm a happy vegetarian. That also says a lot. But the worrying and constantly overthinking and overanalyzing has become a part of who I am, and it's part of my inner world, and it's so deeply embedded that I find it difficult to break out of this habit. And there are times when the things are worth worrying about, somebody's health and the way things are around me. So I can't just ignore all of that and just say, hey, I'm gonna just be happy. I will not allow those thoughts to come into my mind. They are there.
That's not true. That's not true. Very true. Someone's not well. Now, let's even take that one simple thing. Someone's not well. So visualize someone in family, someone at home, physically not well or emotionally not well. What's the energy they need from us? Just think, what's the energy they need from us? What's the energy they need from us? Somebody is not well. What's the energy they need from us?
Energy of healing, of vitality.
हाँ, energy of healing. अब आप सिर्फ उनके पास जाइए and just sit next to them. Don't say anything. In fact, say very nice things in your words. आप ठीक हो जाएंगे, सब बढ़िया हो जाएगा. But in your mind, sit next to them and start worrying. Start worrying. And start saying इनका क्या होगा, कैसे होगा, नहीं ठीक हुए तो क्या होगा, कब ठीक होगा, ये बीमारी ठीक होगी कि नहीं होगी, इतना समय बीत गया, which means worry thoughts. One is taking care, caring thoughts, one is empowering thoughts, and one is worrying thoughts. So worrying thought is a depleter. It's an energy depleter. Worry means when I'm not thinking nice about the person. Caring means when I'm taking care of them outside and I'm also radiating very powerful thoughts They are perfect, they will be perfect, health is certain for them, and that's it. They are going to be fine. कोई और thought नहीं. Even if the doctor has said something very, very serious about somebody, even then कोई और thought नहीं. क्यों? संकल्प से सिद्धि होती है. Thoughts manifest. Thoughts manifest. Even if someone is chronically ill, chronically, even then healing energy means positive vibrations for them. Make it a soothing experience for them to heal their body. Our vibrations reach people who are undergoing treatment. Their mind gets affected and their mind affects their body. So imagine one person at home not well and 4 people worrying for them. तो कौन सी एनर्जी दे दी उन 4 लोगों ने? So there is no situation. There is no situation in life where worrying is the solution, which means there is no scene in life where thinking negative is the solution. The tougher the situation, the more important it is to think right, because our thinking right will be the empowerment for that situation. So there is absolutely no situation in which thinking negative can solve a crisis, where thinking negative can bring out a solution. Never ever.
Sister Shivani, if you see the way things are, a lot of people are suffering because of their work. So many businesses are folding up. You know, the economy is taking such a downturn. Apart from that, this COVID and this pandemic has really taken the wind out of the sails, and every day you hear of somebody close to you who's suffering. So there is this air of uncertainty. In that situation, you all obviously think of what your options are, where you stand vis-a-vis your financials are concerned, and how can you not um, think of being effective, making good, powerful decisions without analyzing, and worry is a key constituent, so to speak, of all our thoughts, because that is what leads to us thinking and planning the future. किसी चीज को फिक्रमंद होंगे तभी तुम कुछ उसके बारे में कर पाएंगे.
Fikr and chinta are 2 different words. Worry is not fikr, worry is chinta. And चिंता के लिए क्या कहा जाता है? चिंता चिता समान होती है. किसी और चीज को चिता नहीं कहा. चिता मतलब जो जलता रहता है ऐसे. तो चिंता चिता समान है. Fikr means to take care. So if there is an issue with my financial thing, with my business, with my work, it's not that I can be careless and छोड़ दो, देखा जाएगा जो होगा. No, I will take care. So I will plan, I will analyze, I will work on options. If I'm not finding any solution, I will just take care of my mind and body, have faith, it will come to me. Suppose मेरे को बिल्कुल ही कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है इस time. So then all that I can do is take care of my mind so that I am ready for the situation, which means I'm ready when my job is coming to me, if I'm not able to find anything right now. But worry means creating those kind of thoughts in which I can reach a stage of being absolutely helpless, and I can reach a stage where I start believing I have no solution in life. And that's when we reach extreme steps and do things which we are seeing around us. That is worry. That is a constant result of worry. Worry means ऐसा सोचना कि सब कुछ खराब हो गया है, कैसे ठीक होगा, इसका तो कोई solution ही नहीं है. And taking care is एक job चली गई है, don't worry, मेरे पास skill है, talent है, sincerity है, honesty है, and I am certain that success is certain for me. Now I start working and looking for my options. So you're doing the same thing, but one is thinking right about it and working on the options, and one is thinking negative about it and working on the options. So outside we are doing the same thing. Inside, what we are doing is different, but it's the inside which will decide the emotional health, the mental health. Now COVID was only a physical health issue, right? COVID was only a physical health issue. Lekin within the first month of lockdown, the Indian Psychiatric Association said there was a 20% rise in mental health issues in the first month of lockdown. So that was by April end. कोई connection नहीं था ना दो बातों का. वो तो एक physical बीमारी है COVID. Why depression, anxiety attacks increased? Because we were not taking care of our emotional health even before COVID. So it is our emotional immunity was low. फिजिकल इम्यूनिटी तो कुछ लोगों की सिर्फ अफेक्ट हुई, इमोशनल इम्यूनिटी बहुतों को अफेक्ट हुई है. बहुतों की affect हुई है. So because if I was not taking care of my emotional health before COVID, then COVID, lockdown and economy, three things. It was not just one thing, it was three things. So COVID, lockdown, economy, my mind would not have the power to face three situations if I was not taking care of my emotional health before COVID. So that's where self-care is coming. Emotional health is a priority. It's mandatory actually now. It's not even a priority. It's mandatory. And that is what COVID has taught us, that situations will not always be my way, but I have to be emotionally strong to be ready to face any changes and any challenges in my life. And so taking care of my emotional health is a priority.
Thank you, sister. You also distinguished earlier between pain and suffering. So I will go into that also. But I wanted to ask you that sometimes the suffering, as we use the term, is often because not of ourselves, not because of something we're doing, but because of the people around us. And especially if you see the way things are right now, there could be somebody in the house, there could be parents, there could be an elder brother, there could be your spouse. And there is so much of everyday interaction because obviously one can't step out. And sometimes you want to make yourself that way and you want to worry less and not worry at all, in fact. But there are factors that compel us or to think in a certain way, and we end up going back to feeling low and depressed about something because we don't get that kind of support. I mean, I talk to you and I have friends amongst the Brahma Kumaris and I talk to them. I'm fine again. But sometimes when I go back into that world, sometimes it could be the world of news, which I think is quite toxic. But just our homes, just somebody. It could be my sister. It could be a phone conversation with my sister. It could be my brother. It just all comes back to me. So how do I strengthen my resolve and be
So,
to a no worry
yeah.
thinking process.
Right. So no worry is not something that I can tell my mind and it will listen. I can't just say to my mind, "Chinta mat karo," and wo chinta karna band kar de. It's not like that. It's like I can't tell my body, "Be healthy," and it will become healthy. I want to be healthy physically, but just my wanting to be healthy will not create health. I have to do certain things so that my body is healthy. Just the desire of health does not give me health. I have to have a lifestyle discipline, the right eating habits, the sleeping hygiene, my exercise. If I do certain things right on a daily basis, then most probably I'm going to have physical health. If tomorrow there is a physical disease also, I will have the strength to face it because I took care of my physical health on a daily basis. Same with the mind. Let's check our emotional stamina. Let's check our emotional health. Where do I stand on my grading of emotional health? What would be called emotionally fit? Emotional fitness would be if my mind is independent of situations and people. That is emotional independence. जैसे आत्मनिर्भर भारत. We want to have Atmanirbhar Bharat. Beautiful intention. Self-dependent country. A country which is not dependent on anyone else. It's a self-dependent India. So Atmanirbhar Bharat के लिए पहले खुद आत्मनिर्भर होना पड़ेगा. I cannot create Atmanirbhar country without me as an individual, without being Atmanirbhar. So Atmanirbhar comes from the word Atma, soul, Atma, Nirbhar, which means I, the soul, am dependent on myself, not dependent on people and situations for how I think and feel. This is emotional independence, and this is the truth. This is the truth. But we are living thinking that people and situations are creating our thoughts and feelings. So, the first step to create emotional stamina, let's start from today. First step, never ever blame people and situations for your feelings. The situation is there. Let's say COVID is a situation, but many of us said fear and anxiety is normal. So we allowed ourselves to create fear and anxiety, blaming COVID for it. COVID was a physical health issue. Fear and anxiety was our creation. And not everybody created fear and anxiety. some were absolutely fearless, some created a little fear, and some created panic. So different emotional health in the same situation. अब इसको सारा दिन में देखते हैं. I'm angry because of, I'm upset because of, I'm happy because of. So everything that I'm feeling inside, I thought it's happening because of outside, as if the world carried a remote control to my mind. This is the main reason for emotional depletion. And this is not the truth. So let's make Atmanirbhar our priority, that I am the creator of my every thought and feeling. Conserve your energies during the day. People will not always be my way. Situations will not be my way. But I have to remember, I am the creator of my thought and feeling, and I will create that which is healthy for me. इसको बचाना है अब, इसको बचाना है और इसको बढ़ाना है, इसको बढ़ाना है. So अब कल के एक दिन में देखते हैं, tomorrow whole day, people will not be our way. Situations, all of them will not be our way. We will respond our choice. We will not walk around the day say uski wajah se, iski wajah se, iski wajah se. This makes us a victim. हम लोगों के व्यवहार के गुलाम बन जाते हैं. And then we look at them and then we say, be nice to me na, so that I can be happy. So we are literally standing like this in front of people and saying, be nice to me, respect me, appreciate me. हम ऐसे बन गए हैं. And परसों से हम देवियों की पूजा करेंगे जो ऐसे हैं, वो ऐसे हैं, हम उनकी पूजा कर रहे हैं. ऐसे मीन्स who's a giver, and हम क्या हो गए हैं? ऐसे. तो जो ऐसे हैं मतलब who's a giver is divine and is शक्ति. तो देविया मतलब दिव्यता, डिविनिटी एंड शक्ति, पावर. लेकिन वो माँ भी है, मतलब वो लवफुल भी है, और वो शक्ति भी है, वो पावर भी है, बिकॉज वो ऐसे हैं, वो देने वाले हैं. हम ऐसे हो गए. ऐसे इज इमोशनल डिपेंडेंस एंड ऐसे इज इमोशनल इंडिपेंडेंस, which means nothing outside may be my way, but I create my thoughts and feelings. If we practice this even for 1 or 2 days, we will be conserving energy. हम कंजर्व करेंगे. हम गुस्सा भी अगर कर लिया कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन हम ये नहीं कहेंगे उन्होंने गुस्सा दिला दिया. That gives away my power. That I will say मैंने गुस्सा किया. I am the master. I chose to get angry and I will get fine in 30 seconds. And tomorrow I will do it another way. I become master of my life. This is power. But I say उसने गुस्सा दिला दिया, उसने नाराज करा दिया, they are irritating. We are becoming extremely weak by behaving like that because it's not the truth. ये सच नहीं है. So that is one practice that we have to do to build up our emotional health. Second is our lifestyle habits. कुछ छोटी छोटी चीजें. Most simple एक habit, the morning 1 hour. The one thing in the morning, one very simple habit but very powerful habit, don't switch on the phone for the first hour in the morning. So think that you slept 1 hour more. So if you wake up by 5 or 6, switch on your phone at 7. Switch on your phone means don't consume the world onto your mind. The mind is very clean. It's like a blotting paper in the morning, absolutely clean. अब ये चूस लेगा जो इस पे हम डालेंगे सुबह सुबह. And जो हम सुबह सुबह डालेंगे, we'll start becoming that. Emotional diet is what we watch, read, listen. What we watch, read, listen. That's so important, so important. What we watch, read, listen is who we become. So last 10 years, we are flooded with content. We are flooded with content. So whether it's world news, whether it's media, whether it's social media, now whether it's digital platforms. So season 1, बैठ के एक ही दिन में देख देते हैं 10-20 episode. कहते हैं binge watching. I finished my one series today. They have no idea what they did to their mind. कोई आइडिया ही नहीं है क्या कर दिया अपने मन के साथ. So content restriction. परसों से बहुत सारे भाई बहनें नवरात्रों का व्रत रखेंगे, खाने पीने का व्रत रखेंगे, साथ साथ सुनने पढ़ने देखने का भी व्रत रख लेना चाहिए. Divinity is going to come only if I take care of what I watch, read, listen. So at least first hour in the morning, do not consume the world onto your mind, because then you're consuming the emotion of the world onto your mind, and then you are becoming like the world. And then you will react to the world the whole day. And most important, the world will become more like that. So we don't want to consume the world. We want to change the world. We want to change the world. It's not important to know what happened in the world last night. It's important is what am I going to do today so that I change the world of today morning. I'm contributing to changing the world. So don't consume the world on your mind in the morning. Keep the morning 1 hour for yourself. उसमें आप मेडिटेशन करें, योगा प्राणायाम करें, एंड सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात, एटलीस्ट 20 to 30 minutes हेल्दी इमोशनल डाइट. वो जो आप कह रहे हैं ना लो फील हो जाता है थोड़ी देर बाद, खुराक की कमी. Khurak for the mind. We're flooded with so much other quality of content. So at least 20 to 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes ideally, of the content you want to become, which means consume content of gratitude, compassion, acceptance, faith, peace, care, cooperation, gratitude, all who I want to become, I have to put that into myself first thing in the morning. That's where spirituality comes in. So at the Brahma Kumaris, what do? We go to the center for 1 hour in the morning, 23 hours. We're out there into the world, but that 1 hour in the morning, filling that content, धीरे 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 वो खुराक healthy banana शुरू कर देती है. It's just diet. So the first hour in the morning and the last hour before going to sleep are very crucial. Do not consume the world onto your mind in the last hour because that will affect the sleep. And if the sleep gets affected, emotional health, mental health is drastically affected. We sleeping, checking work emails, messages, news, everything. So just these 2 hours are very, very crucial to take care of the mind. और अगर खुराक अच्छी दे दी, you're going to see your emotional stamina building up very fast. Within 2 to 3 months, you're going to feel better and better. And like you have started experimenting, vegetarian diet. Vegetarian. Everything that we do in Navratri, we are supposed to do all our life actually. क्योंकि तभी वो 9वें दिन के बाद दशहरा 10वें दिन वो रावण खत्म हो जाता है. Ravan means those our vices have to finish. And for that we need to invoke the divinity and the power. And then when the vices finish, फिर जीवन में दिवाली आएगी. फिर दिवाली आएगी, दिया जलेगा और एक दिए से सबके दिए जल जाएंगे. So all these festivals are actually only teaching us how to live life. But we are only celebrating festival. We have to learn how to live life from there.
So awareness, and also as you said, the nutrition for mind, how important that is.
Very important, very important, and a lot of restriction from content that we consume. Lot of restriction, lots.
So the insides of the mind also need their own moisturizer and their own regimen, so to speak. Their nutrients and their nutricells. I wanted to ask you, Sister Shivani, this happened with me, and I was feeling anxious for a long period of time. And I was going through an issue, but I do get anxious very easily. And you also told me, and at that point of time, that how we eat our food, not just the food we eat, but how we prepare our food and how we eat it also makes a difference to our emotions. Can you elaborate on that?
Jaisa an vaisa man. You are what you eat. Now, when we listen to this line, you are what you eat, we think only of the nutrients of the food. So we said my minerals, my carbohydrates, my proteins. I am what I eat. You are what you eat also means you are what you eat, not just what your body is what you eat. You have to listen to the line properly. It's jaisa an vaisa man. It's not jaisa an vaisa tan. And similarly, it's you are what you eat. It's not your body is what you eat. So actually the line was not talking about the body. It was talking about you, which means I, the mind. So the food, the vibrations of the food affect our mind. Like abhi ke samay pe dekh lete hain. When there's so much of fear and anxiety, the water coming to our house will also have the vibrations of fear and anxiety. Water absorbs vibration, sabse zyada it's water. And because food is a lot of water, but it's the water which has the highest absorption power, highest. And that's why you see we use water for purification. Every religion uses water because it's the water which is energized and then the water is used for the purification. So water absorbs energy. Anyone wants to see it scientifically, just enter water memory. And you have the whole science behind it, how water absorbs vibrations. So now if I just have my glass of water, I will be consuming the vibrations of fear of the city. because my water is coming from the city. So whatever is the state of the emotions in the city, that will be the vibrations of the water. That's the vibrations of the fruits and the vegetables. So isliye we need to take care of how we cook, what we cook, and how we eat. So one is we have a sattvic diet, a vegetarian diet, which means, I mean, a lot of us have experimented with vegetarian diet during COVID, and it would be good to continue with that. 1st of October was Vegetarian Day. This month that's going on is the month of vegetarian. It only means that we're taking care of the vibrations we consume so that we do not consume vibrations of pain, fear, anxiety, helplessness, violence, and death. That's a reality. We cannot deny the reality that that's the vibration of the food. It's a reality. So let's experiment with sattvic diet. Second thing, what we can do is in our kitchen. There's tremendous power in the kitchen. Why is it said you can reach a man's heart through his stomach? Abhi is line ka meaning kya hai? It means if you cook for someone, then your state of mind gets connected to the person's state of mind who is eating. Similarly, if you cook for the family, your children and your family will get connected to you and to each other if you cook for the family. So now when we cook for the family, let's not just cook in our own state of mind, but let's energize the kitchen. And simplest way is to play high energy words in the kitchen. So whether it's prayers, whether it's hymns, whether it's mantra, whether it's chanting, whether it's just a positive video, anything, whether it's something motivational, but have very high energy words playing in the kitchen. That is how prasad and langar is cooked in every place of worship. Every place of worship. That's how it is cooked. And that's why it becomes very sacred, because it's very high energy food. But why can't we make our every meal a high energy food? So we can have high energy words playing in the kitchen 24/7. Let it just play. Whether anyone's there or not there in the kitchen, let high energy words be there in the kitchen. I mean, most of your work will be done if you do that in the kitchen, because it will influence the mind of everyone in that family, not just the one who cooks. And then while eating, make it a culture at home. No phone, no TV while eating, which means no screens while eating. Now we do the opposite of that. We take our plate and then in this other hand we hold the remote of the TV. Oh, मेरा TV देखने का time हो गया. So we thought खाना खाने का time is equal to TV देखने का time. A very simple thing, but consequence is very deep. To the extent that the kids today, they have their iPads or iPhones ready with them along with their plate. And many parents will say, मेरा बच्चा तो खाना नहीं खाता बिना screen के. This is going to have very, very serious consequences if not rectified right now. Distracted eating is harmful for mind, brain, and body, all three. ये हम पे असर कर रहा है. Those who have started distracted eating only now, so आप imagine करो अगर बच्चा उस age से distracted eating करे. So please change that culture today itself. Pause for a few seconds before eating. Say your prayer. Say that gratitude. Energize your food and water, and then eat. Then your food and water will energize your mind. Never have any problem, discussion, or argument while eating. No negative conversations on the dining table. Never. Just remember, your food is absorbing it. That's it. If you take care, you're remembering that much, you won't speak. No argument, no gossip, no problem discussion. Either eat in silence or happy conversation. If you can't, then just eat in silence, but don't say a wrong word before the food and the water.
So true, sister. I really can relate to it. You know, I started having, I just had Brahma food and I became vegetarian after that. I was invited to the ashram. And it's been 9 months. And what you say about the water you drink, so, and that reflects, is there in every religion, be it Abe Zamzam in Muslims or Amrit in Sikhs or in Ganga Jal. So every drop of water can be like that at all times for each one of us.
Absolutely.
And that manifests itself so differently than we do. Sister, so many questions are coming in, but my last question to you would be, you know, people make spirituality out to be a very complicated thing. And how do we all relate to the Almighty, to the higher power? to Paramatma is a relative question, and it's very individualistic. um, and I learned, and this gave me a lot of solace. And solace is also not a great word, but it gave me so much joy and power when I came to the Brahma Kumaris, and I was told that the way I related to Allah, in my case, or Ishwar, is that we are all princes and princesses, and we are Rajkumaris in our own right. And why are we always asking, why do we convert ourselves to beggars, to being paupers when it comes to relating to the Almighty? हम लोग कुछ मांग ही रहे होते हैं, परेशान होते हैं. And tell us something about that, because you told us a lovely story about how we relate to our own children, and how Baba would relate to us.
Yes. It's like a relationship between the Almighty and us. It's like a relationship between a parent and a child. It's a parent and a child. Does your child have to keep on asking you for things? No. The child, and even if the child has to ask you, then the child will just remind you once, मुझे वो एक चीज चाहिए. And that's it. And the child will forget about it. The child does not need to worry, because the child knows कि मैंने अपने पेरेंट को बोल दिया, अब उसके बाद ये उनकी प्रॉब्लम है, अब ये मेरी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. I have told them and it will happen. But that does not mean that I keep saying to the supreme power, मेरी लाइफ में ये ठीक कर दो, मेरी लाइफ में वो ठीक कर दो, मेरी लाइफ में ये ठीक कर दो. We haven't recognized the power. Somewhere we heard that God writes our destiny. तो हमें उसको इस तरह से समझा, भाग्य विधाता, भगवान को हम भाग्य विधाता कहते हैं. So we thought God writes our destiny. तो हमने सोचा कि if there is an illness in the house, God has written that. If there is a business failure, God has written that. If I'm having a problem in my relationship, God has written that. तो हमने उनको रोज सुबह कहने दिया, मेरा शरीर ठीक कर दो, मेरा business ठीक कर दो, मेरे बच्चे की शादी कर दो, मेरे बच्चे को पास करा दो. So we were only talking these kind of things. Everything that's happening in our life is a consequence of our karma. If God was writing our destiny, then we would all have a perfect destiny, and most important, an equal destiny, because we're all children. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता था कि किसी के पास ज्यादा, किसी के पास कम. And look at the inequality that we are seeing in the world today. Inequality in all aspects, not just money or physical health. Somebody could be healthy up to 100 years, and somebody could be born with an ailment. You can't, how is that equal? Why would God give somebody an illness when they're born and somebody is perfect till they're 100? Someone's born in a family of 20, and someone's born and doesn't even have parents. That's not fair. It's not equal. So God is not going to decide the destiny, then there would be no pain and suffering in our life. So that's a very important realization and understanding, that God does not write all these things in our life. So we don't need to keep telling him to rectify those or to keep changing those. God is our parent. We have created this karma and written our destiny. Relationship with God is about our qualities and power. That's what we can get from the supreme power. So a relationship like a parent and child, हर बात उनको बताकर, हर बात उनसे पूछकर, and always very safe and secure that the higher power is with you and protecting you. But most important, taking his teachings, take the teaching of the supreme power and use it in our every thought, word, and karma. The teaching. What is religion? Today we seem to have so many issues amongst each other with religion. Religion is dharam. Dharam means duty. What is religion teaching us? Peace, love, unity, respect, compassion. Every religion? No religion taught anything different. But religion taught us कि उसको आप लो और उसको आप अपने कर्म में यूज करो. तो धर्म and कर्म had to go hand in hand. Hand in hand. कि हमारा हर कर्म हमारे धर्म के आधार पर होना चाहिए था. Not कि my धर्म is 30 minutes in the morning and then my karam during the day is a different quality. So when my dharam and karam is the same quality, then we can write a beautiful destiny for ourselves. So God is teaching us dharam of the soul. And we just have to take God's teachings, those lessons, and use them in our every karam. Then we have a very beautiful personal relationship at every step during the day. So we don't need to ask. It's already given everything. It's only about using what we're getting from the supreme power. Just start using it. हमने सोचा कि भगवान प्यार का सागर है, हम तो नीच हैं, पापी हैं, कपटी हैं. So we said very, very demeaning words for ourselves. We thought that was humility. That's not humility. That's very demeaning. If God, which we agree, is the ocean of love, the ocean of peace and power, my parent is, then I cannot be a pauper. That's for sure. I cannot be. I cannot be. तो परमात्मा कहते हैं मैं प्यार का सागर हूँ तो तुम मास्टर प्यार के सागर हो. मैं सर्वशक्तिवान हूँ तो तुम मास्टर सर्वशक्तिवान हो, because you are my child, so you have the same qualities as me. So I just need to remember that I'm his child, I have the same qualities, and now I go and use that quality in my every karam during the day. Then my dharam and my karam will go hand in hand, hand in hand, and then we create a very beautiful world.
So beautiful, sister. I could listen to you, ad nauseum without stopping even for a minute for as long as I can. You talked about soul consciousness and being mindful at all times, and that relates not just in relating to the Almighty or Ishwar or Paramatma, but to everybody in our lives and even ourselves. We have a lot of questions that have come in, and I will just go there. So Manish Jain has asked this question: how to zone into meditation, because I'm not able to meditate even for 1 minute without my thoughts going haywire. This is Manish Jain from Meerut.
We need to understand and learn meditation. क्या हुआ है कि we thought meditation because we looked in the pictures and we saw meditation means somebody was closing their eyes and sitting. तो हमने सोचा बस आंख बंद करनी और कुछ नहीं सोचना है. Somewhere we got that idea that meditation means to become thoughtless, and we tried to do that and we couldn't, because we cannot become thoughtless. The mind cannot stop thinking. Even if you can stop it for a few seconds or even for a minute, next minute it's going to think. You can't be in a thoughtless stage. Even when we are sleeping, we think, but we only slow down our speed of thinking. So don't try and become thoughtless, because that's not meditation. Meditation means affirmation plus visualization, creating an experience. So which means creating the right thought, visualizing it, feeling it, experiencing it, and making your sanskar. So very simple. Let's say I take an affirmation, I am a peaceful being. That's a one thought. I am a peaceful being. And then I visualize my day at work, at home, with people. I'm a peaceful being. Peace is my nature. So I start creating thoughts very gently, very, very few, but only about peace. So I'm meditating on peace that day. And then I connect to the higher power, ocean of peace. Shanti ka sagar hai wo. And I visualize that power filling in me. So there is a lot happening here during meditation. It's not becoming thoughtless. So then about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you're comfortable, to begin with 2 minutes, 5 minutes, you have meditated on peace, which means you have thought, visualized and experienced only peace, and that gets programmed here. And then when you come during the day, the coding that you did here, आजकल बच्चों को कोडिंग वो वाली सिखा रहे हैं ना, ये वाली कोडिंग. So the coding you did here in the morning will be the output during the day when people come and press different buttons. कोई भी बटन कोई भी आके प्रेस कर ले अब सारा दिन में, आपकी कोडिंग हुई हुई है, कोडिंग ऑफ पीस. And that's how you will respond. So you can do coding of peace, one day you can do coding of power, one day coding of love. So meditation. So it will be nice if you learn meditation. And if you want to learn, you can even come to the Brahma Kumari centers once the lockdown is over. Even now, I think you can go individual if you want. And the sisters are always there on seva. They will teach you. There's no cost ever attached. Just fix 1 hour a day for a week and learn that meditation. आप सीख लीजिएगा एक बार, बहुत सिंपल है.
So Manish, there's something for you there, and Jyoti Mayal has sent a question. Jyoti Mayal is the president of the Travel Association. How can I motivate my 3,000 members to remain positive? As Shazia said, we are struggling with a new crisis on a daily basis. If I say positive things, they don't take me seriously.
Right now, the situation that we're going through, saying things will not influence people. Please remember, words are not going to have the power to change people right now, because the pain is a little more than what the ears will listen and believe. Even agar aap thodi der unko motivate kar do, they will feel fine for 2 minutes. Again, they will go back to being with themselves, and again the anxiety catches up. So one, it's not about 3,000. Even if you want to empower 2 children at home, it's not easy to do it with words. You have to empower with vibrations, which means first you have to take care that you are not creating any worry and anxiety. What's your state of mind? It's vibrations which power, not words. Words can motivate, they cannot empower somebody. You have to empower means you have to give power to the other person, not advice. They all know the advice. You know, there's nothing we don't know. We all know, but karne ki taakat nahi hai. Power is missing. So for that, you as the leader, whether a leader of a family, whether a leader of an organization, has to first take care of their mind. Second, once you take care of your mind and you see the benefit, inspire them to start taking care of their mind. See, कुछ चीजें हमारे हाथ में नहीं है अभी, right? So that is a situation जो हमारे हाथ में नहीं है, लेकिन कुछ चीजें हमारे हाथ में है, and that is here. But if I don't take care of that, this might slip out of my hand. This might slip out of my hand. काम आज, महीने बाद, 2 महीने बाद ठीक हो जाएगा, लेकिन अगर तब तक I didn't take care of my mind, I might create something else. I might create something else with my mind or with my body or in my relationships. These last few months have seen mental health issues on the rise, have seen domestic violence on the rise, have seen abuse in families on the rise, and all this had nothing to do with COVID. It had nothing to do with COVID. It all had to do with our taking care of the mind. So suppose काम ठीक नहीं भी चल रहा है, प्लीज समय बदला हुआ है, इस समय आप सेफ हैं, आपकी फैमिली सेफ है, तो शुक्रिया के अलावा मुंह से और कोई शब्द निकलना ही नहीं चाहिए. शुक्रिया शुक्रिया करते रहो, काम आ जाएगा, पैसे आ जाएंगे, पहले भी आए थे, अभी भी आएंगे और बहुत आएंगे, लेकिन अपना और अपने परिवार का सिर्फ ध्यान रख लो इस समय, बाकी सब ठीक हो जाएगा. सब घर पे हैं और सब ठीक है, तो शुक्रिया ही करो. सिर्फ शुक्रिया भी बहुत शक्ति देता है. शुक्राना and gratitude gives lot of power.
Thank you so much, Sister Shivani, for that. We have somebody who has a specific request, doesn't want to disclose the full name, but I think it's important that you address it. How do I get closer to my daughter who closes me out due to old things in the childhood? She claims her parents have not taken care of her and have neglected her in comparison to other siblings. So she's written that she's asked me to ask you help her out, and she feels that I try everything possible, but I don't seem to get through to her.
Right. Sometimes what the child holds is first sometimes right from the womb of the mother. A very deep recording happens in the womb of the mother. इसलिए उसको गर्भ संस्कार कहा जाता है. गर्भ में जो संस्कार बनता है. So sometimes when the mother is expecting, she can go through a lot of emotions. Sometimes it could be gender preference emotion. Sometimes it could be, I didn't want a child at this time. You know how it could be during the situations in life. I was not ready. Abhi nahi, aisa. So these, when the baby is in your arms, you love that child more than anybody else in the world. But when the child is in the womb, you're carrying your normal emotions. And sometimes the feeling of rejection and not feeling wanted gets sown at that time in the womb. And it's very real for the child. And the child doesn't even know why they feel it, but they feel it at that time. And sometimes it happens during while they're growing up, they see a little preference towards another child, or if you appreciate the other child lesser than, more than them, very little things which as a child they perceive. Unka dard real hai. This pain or this wound will not get healed by talking. Any amount of talking will not be able to do it. चोट है ना यहाँ पर लगी हुई है. Any amount of saying no, I love you the same as all the children, even if you say I love you more than all the children, no words will be able to do any healing. जो healing इस time करनी है ना, that has to be a healing in silence. Fix one time of the day. Let's say 5 minutes in the morning. आप 5 मिनट मॉर्निंग में आप जो करते हैं, मेडिटेशन करते हैं, प्रेयर करते हैं, वो आप सुबह कीजिए. वो करने के बाद just sit in silence, immerse your daughter on the screen of your mind, which means visualize her, say sorry to her. Don't go and say sorry to her. You can't go and say sorry to somebody every day. But visualize her on the screen of your mind, apologize. You've not done anything wrong, but apologize that something you did caused her pain. It may have been her perception, but something I've done has caused pain to the soul. Look at her as a soul, not just as a daughter. She's a soul who's carrying pain. So first apologize that I could have done something in the past, something in while you were in the womb, apologize. Second, connect to the higher power and just radiate her vibrations of love and power. Just keep giving. It's like how we do Reiki and pranic healing, distance healing. We can heal people with physical ailments. You can heal people's emotional wounds the same way. Just do it every single day. 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the night. Just keep doing it. Don't carry any guilt. There's no mistake here. It's a child, it's a soul's perception of a situation. It could have also been a carrying from a past lifetime. So don't carry any guilt, which means don't carry any negative emotion. Your negativity radiates to the child. Just have faith in yourself, in the higher power, and in this beautiful relationship that things are going to be perfect. And most important, उनके लिए आप खाना बनाइए. Cook for them. Cook for your children. And when you're cooking, you add these vibrations while you're cooking. Loveful soul, powerful soul, and most important, send a message. You and me accept each other unconditionally. You and me accept each other unconditionally, and we stand on a very, very strong foundation of respect. Send this to her every day. Do it for 1 or 2 months. It has to get healed before that.
Thank you so much, Sister Shivani. We could use a whole lot of us can use that advice for ourselves. It has really been a most beautiful session, and we learned so much. And the best thing about Sister Shivani is that she makes it all so simple and comprehensible. All these difficult things, that ideas and notions. So it was a wonderful to have this conversation with you. I now hand over the mic to Arundeep, who's here with us all the way from Oslo. Arundeep.
Thank you, Shazia ji.
Thank you, Shazia ji.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. It was an honor and privilege for us all to have witnessed this enchanting discussion and learn more about the mind and how one can keep calm. On behalf of the Khaitan Foundation and Hassas Woman, I would like to thank Sister Shivani for agreeing to be a part of our session and gift us such wonderful moments. We would also like to extend our thanks to Shazia Ilmi and the guests whose never-ending support has given us the strength to reformate the sessions to go virtual. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Shanti.